Today is January 21st. It is the 375th episode of Talkin Yanks. Derek Jeter is a Hall of Famer, and we've got a new office. Let's do it. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Recaps galore and weekly awards. Stat lines, steaming hot takes. Your Yankees news with these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old Jomboy.
What's going on? Welcome to Talkin Yanks. My name is Jomboy. I'm coming to you from Jomboy Media HQ in the Bronx, and I have my good pal Jake. He's back from about 3 weeks of travel, hanging out in his hometown of Denver, Colorado.
Not even close to my hometown. Thanks for having me, Jim.
That's where your home is.
It's where I live. It's not my hometown. Hometown's in Connecticut.
You can have a bunch of hometowns.
You have a bunch of hometowns. You've never committed. I have one hometown. I'm from. Middlebury, Connecticut. Shout out.
Shout out, but your home is in Denver. How are you doing? Mixed
Good,
weather,
man.
mixed weather in Denver. You got a hoodie on and sleeveless.
That's confusing for the people who have a beanie on and sleeveless.
Yes, correct.
I am. Yeah, it's. I don't know. It's like this is first time in 10 days I'm gonna be home for longer than 12 hours, so that's exciting. And I kind of pissed. I didn't piss the day away. We did some good stuff today, but I was like, all right, first day home, I'm gonna get a killer workout in. And then the time I set aside to get that killer workout in, I ended up watching Derek Jeter highlights and getting emotional. And then after getting emotional, I was like, all right, that's a weird way to start a workout. But all right, I'll use that fire. And then I brought that fire to Twitter and just went into my savage defensive-ry of Derek Jeter's defense. Which the nerds will never get over, but that's and now we're here, and one person is watching their back tonight.
Yeah, cool. That's good. I have shorts on and a hoodie, so I'm
Okay.
mixed weather dressed as well.
Huge.
I have a pair of shorts that are just going to be my office shorts now.
Yeah, office is pretty warm.
If no one's lived in New York City before, they just blast the heat and cover their back so the old people don't complain about not having enough heat. So if you're like me and you run hot, it's terrible. So I've been walking in 20-degree weather to the office, opening up the window, changing into shorts, and then working. And I think that's going to be life. And during the summer, it's going to be hell. We have a shower in here, so we were like, Jake's girlfriend was like, I think you guys are going to use that shower. And I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I think we're going to use the shower. I'll get into office stuff a little bit later. I think let's just dive right into Derek Jeter. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm happy. I'm proud of him. Jake, I saw you going crazy on Twitter. He got 369 of 370 votes, so he doesn't get the unanimous Hall of Fame, but he does get first ballot, first year, instant, and we all knew he was going to be a Hall of Famer, so just get him in there. I honestly don't really care about this. I think we're different here because I hope we never find out who this guy is, ever, but I think you're on a manhunt.
So yeah, 396 out of 397. No, it's just embarrassing. It's really embarrassing because that person, and I think you're downplaying this a little bit, this person in real life is the person you hate. Like, you personally hate the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it is a big deal. That's why I'm acting how I am. It's, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. You, for what we're trying to do in that position, profession, whatever we want to call it, the Hall of Fame and the greatest achievement that any player can get to in this game, and then to have the peers that are allowed to vote on this, the writers, this is a special thing for them to get this chance. and you're the only one out of 397. I don't know. It's laughable. I don't care about the unanimous, because again, this should have been done years ago. I mean, Ken Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken, guys like Ricky Henderson. Like, you don't have to be Babe Ruth to be unanimous. Like, if you know a Hall of Famer, if you're a baseball fan, you know a Hall of Famer, and the word unanimous and what it is kind of dumb. And again, I think that's what makes me more mad, Jim, is that we could have broke a cycle here. We could have, if Jeter was unanimous, then it could have been like everyone's guard is down.
The sanctity of the unanimous vote is stupid. And the fact that baseball let it last that long is so dumb. Who cares? But Jeter's in the first round.
Who now gets to walk down the street like Arthur the Aardvark and say, I'm the one who didn't vote for Jeter. Don't care, man.
I wonder if we'll find out and if he's happy or if he's like, oh, shit, I thought it would be 5 guys.
Well, that was one of my, because at first I had that initial, where is he? Bring him to me. And I was thinking how smug that person is. But there is also the counterpoint of someone being like, hey, I kind of didn't think he's first ballot. Like, that's my thing. And I'm sure, yeah, like you said, there will be 4 or 5 others that don't have him. And now if they're sitting there like, oh, I blew it. But no, and that's where I come back to on this whole thing. If you're a baseball writer, if you're someone that's followed baseball, you know that Derek Sanderson Jeter is a Hall of Famer. So if you're a baseball writer, you wouldn't even take the risk of being the one guy to do it unless you wanted it. So screw that person.
Sean McLaughlin in the chat, Patreon live chat, said that dude is going to, is this Sean who said that? Dude who didn't vote, Jeet, is going to do an article and get all the clicks. And that's probably correct. And that's the stupidness of our society, because he will win in the end.
And they'll be remembered. They will, once it comes out, which it will, they will be remembered forever as the writer that didn't vote Derek Jeter.
But if he probably wears it as a badge of honor. Anyway, Jeter, like Ken Rosenthal opened up with that shouldn't be the conversation. The conversation should be that Jeter is a Hall of Famer and first ballot Hall of Famer. And I totally agree with that.
Highest ever vote for a position player.
Hey-oh, and the Yankees have the highest ever vote for a pitcher as well. We've done it. We've conquered the system. Barbaric. Speaking of Sean McLaughlin, this episode of Talkin' Yanks is brought to you by Bernadette Delaney. Jake, I was typing that name and I was like, that's a great name.
Bernadette Delaney. Yeah, that's fun.
Bernadette Delaney. Kind of just bounces around in your mouth a little bit. Christine Rosini Horn. Ooh, okay. I think what we have here is a woman who married a man named Horn and was like, I got to go from Rosini to Horn? That blows. So she kept the Rosini as a middle name. It's a good call, Christine. Ryan Fessenden, Zach Kablowdy, Josh Frankel, Tony Lombardo, Mark Gorman, Trevor Bailey, Carly, Matt W., and Toro. Thank you very much. Those are our most recent Patreon supporters. We appreciate you and love you. Jake, Jeter's got an awesome resume. And what fires me up more, but fires up not's the right term, because I've learned to just ignore it, but all the young kids that are just like, he was bad defensively, he was overrated. It's become such a rinse and repeat thing for people just to throw that out. This is the corniest thing I'll ever say on this show.
Awesome.
But it's honest. You have no idea what Derek Jeter meant to me as a kid. When I was 6 years old to 12 years old, you have no idea how much 6 to 12-year-old Jimmy idolized that dude. Read his books, thought he was a saint. He did things the right way. My dad would show me his interviews. So
treated girls properly on dates. Yeah.
I gave him gift baskets and stuff. So anyone who tries to come up and tell me like, blah, 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 blah. He's actually blah, 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 blah. And just try to like revisionist history of like Jeter wasn't that dude. You just got to get out of my face because now you're spitting at my religion right in my face.
Right.
So just get out of here. Like
Well,
that.
It's the other thing that, and this is the corny line that will make a person of an opposing team hate you, but at the end of the day, it is the Hall of Fame. And Derek Jeter may be one of the top 3 most famous baseball players to ever play the game. And it's so funny, dude, the people that are like, he won all those World Series on that great teams. Yup. Absolutely. Like, people are nowadays trying to almost hold that against him. And it's like, we don't do that with quarterbacks in football. They've got 10 other guys on the field with them. They've got a defense. They've got special teams. I mean, we don't. Basketball, you could do Jakey sports transfers. You could do whatever. The guy is a unanimous Hall of Famer. Right now the fake ballot, or people are saying it's a fake ballot going around. They're claiming Dave Williams.
I think that's White Sox Dave from Barstool who did a fake ballot.
Yeah, which is still fun, and that's good Twitter. But I mean, when this one person is revealed, like, I'm wondering if the guy, because I don't know if you saw the live announcement, but
I did.
The guy kind of hesitated, like he had a weird line. He's like, I can't say or something.
He didn't. Dude, he didn't want to be the bearer of bad news on the stage. He was like, I don't want to say this live. Like, can I walk off stage and then it just gets reported on the show?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to say these words.
It's a great job by Brian Kenny, who's like, you run the Hall of Fame.
Tell us, dude.
You get all the votes.
Just tell us right now.
So yeah, I wonder. I mean, if I'm that dude, and again, like, hey, that dude runs the Hall of Fame. He probably cares about baseball a little bit. I wonder if he was like, should I just lie? Should we deal with this the old-fashioned way and kind of throw a little dirt under it, and we'll take care of it?
Imagine if he lied, and then like the Hall of Fame was like, "Well, just roll with that. Let's roll with that." And then the dude who didn't vote for him, it's all for naught, and they're like, he did. And then he has to publicly be like, actually, guys, you have this wrong. I didn't vote for Derek Sanderson Jeter.
My biggest concern is I'm really bad at just checking a box. Like, if I need to get a box, I need to exit. But I also feel like the X is too time-consuming, so I try to check the box. But my checks can go willy-nilly. So we might have, had a situation here where we kind of clipped the corner of Jeter's box, but it actually went to the one below that. But yeah, at end of the day, I mean, the main point is who cares? Jeter's in. He obviously deserves to be in. Knowing Jeter, he might have a good one-liner in his speech about that one person. That would be pretty good.
Jeter's, the way he would handle that would be like, he would just throw the word almost, like, a big thank you to all the voters who voted me in, almost all of you, something like that. Like, he would with the little smirkish, smuggish smile.
Just a little jab, just enough to keep him going.
So you're saying you're bad at checking boxes? Like, you're
I'm
like a lot of
telling you, man.
If
You've
you were
seen
to
my
vote,
handwriting, you've seen my general hand steadiness. Like, if I've got one shot to check a box, it's not pretty.
Does it's like the hanging chads in the Boer Gush election.
The Boer Gush election.
Yeah.
Finally, talking politics leaks out. The Boer Gush. So who is?
Why does the brain do that sometimes?
Brains are, mine's kind of bad. Marcelo Zuna, 1 year, $18 million to the Braves. How about that? That's for talking baseball. Okay, so this isn't talking politics. Sometimes I get lost on this show.
The heat just came on, so I'm about to get dead.
Love that. So who is Jeter below on the ballot? Did you see in this year's one bad vote on the ballot went to J.J. Putz got a vote from someone. So
yeah, just throw the you know what? I think I've come around on the fake ones. They're kind of funny in a way. Jake, I have a question. What?
Okay.
I forget my question immediately.
Jeez.
No It's tough, you know. We were talking about a lot of things, talking about how bad you'd be at, how bad you are at voting. Oh, here it is. Did you hear Peter Gammons?
A little bit. Where are you going with this?
He can't be allowed to be on air anymore. You don't want to do this? I mean, if anyone didn't watch, I'll reenact the thing for you. Ken Rosenthal, a great good friend of mine, said, I don't want the witch hunt that will commence. I don't want this to be the topic. It should not matter. Jeter got in on the first round. He's a first round Hall of Famer. That should be the conversation. Peter, what do you got? Yeah, well, I think this means Schilling's going to get in next year. Oh, Peter.
Dude, did you see?
You were prompted on Jeter.
Did you see? Peter took Larry Walker off of his ballot.
Yes.
And people came at him, and Peter said something along the lines of like, "Well, Larry's great. Like I had him the year before, but this year it didn't feel right. Maybe I'll get him next year." And everyone was like, "Oh no, Pete."
Did he say that? Because if you don't know, it was Larry Walker's last year on the ballot. Yeah, man, we saw him at winter meetings, and it's a little bit like hang him up. Like no one's upset.
We were impressed how he could still turn it on decently on stage, but yeah, what I saw today is what the old analytic Derek Jeter defensive stats are telling the kids, and that's not what anyone needs.
Did you know that actually I didn't watch Jeter ever, but according to these new stats, you guys overrate him. Well, he's my fucking god, so shut up.
Jimmy, I had a nice conversation with a recurring guest on the show.
Who dat?
Jack Curry.
You did?
Jack Curry, because I was fed up. I said, Jack!
Wow. Uncle Jack!
Uncle Jack, I'm getting bullied by the geeks online.
Who was this? Oh, you talking about Jeter, or you talking about the one guy who didn't vote?
Jeter. So this was over the weekend. I said, Jack, I'm very interested in your thoughts because you watch the games as an adult male, and I'm still currently a child. The defensive analytics, blah, 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 all the people ripping Jeter. And Jack was like, you know what? I mean, if you watch Jeter, you saw an incredible athlete. I think his one flaw was going to his left if we watched the game with adult eyes, and that multiplied with age. And, I mean, some of the defensive metrics don't bode well for Jeter, but I think there's a lot of stuff that ties into that. And Jack Curry said, I mean, if you watch someone on plays and any ball hit in the air, whether they were bloopers or things like that, Jeter was incredible. And I mean, he was just a different breed. He was 6'3". The great defensive shortstops we compare him to, Omar Vizquel's pushing 5'8". Jeter's built differently, and I don't think the metrics fully pick up on that. It's never like he was a concern. I guess that's what blows my mind. Like, it was never, I guess, old Jeter, once analytics were starting to leak out. But, I mean, that was his swan song. Like, no true Yankee fan wanted to kick Jeter out of short. Like, I don't want sad highlight reels of Jeter moping around in right field. Like, that's a nightmare. Give me bad Jeter at short the last 3 years of his career than Jeter putzing around right field miserable.
Do you know something that now that I've given all my, I agree with you, but I have a take that I think annoys people. Jeter's walk-off isn't to end his last game ever as a Yankee. People always put that in his top moments. Probably doesn't crack top 10 for me. It meant literally nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't even, at the time,
I
remember,
a symbolic moment.
It was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. It's more like, what's the word? Serendipity. But, it doesn't crack Jeter's top 10 moments for me at all. But people put it top 3 all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think the better way
fucking a Baltimore team that didn't care.
I think the better way you need to think about it is I think about what we just said. That last season for Jeter was pretty ugly stats-wise, and with what that team was doing. But the final memory of Derek Jeter is a game-winning hit. Like, nobody gets that. So when you talk about the golden boy career that Jeter had, the 3,000th hit being a home run. His last hit, his last game is a walk-off hit. Like, Jeter has these golden boy moments that in the realm of baseball, they don't mean as much as his home run off Byung-Hyun Kim or something like that. But in the storybook life of Derek Jeter.
It's a perfect ending. It's fantastic. Yes. Everything about it's wonderful. It's not top 10 Jeter moment for me. Because I like winning World Series.
What's Kaster's line in that call? It feels like a little much.
Where fantasy meets reality.
Yeah, that's a little much for me.
Yeah? That's because whenever you think of fantasy, you think of some gross shit.
If I was him, I would have said, the perfect end to his golden boy life. And then Jeter would hate me or something.
Perfect end to his golden boy life. Signing off. Hey, want to hear some shit?
Yeah.
Someone, Yes Network or someone tweeted out that John Sterling watched every single game, every inning, every at-bat of Jeter's entire 20-year career. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's sick, man. That's messed up. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, but I'm not really. Like, John Sterling's a sick fucking. No one talks about it enough.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, there's not much of a debate on this side of things. But yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's amazing. Not saying anything bad about John Sterling, but to be that committed to your job is crazy.
Good for him. It's kind of a good job. I think that's why it doesn't get enough love.
Yeah. Well, whatever. Okay. I'm going to click a sound effect button. It's going to be birds or whoosh noises. I don't know, and I won't be able to hear, so I'm going to need everyone to report back to me.
Okay.
What is it?
I went stone face, so you wouldn't be able to guess it.
What was it?
It's birds. It was birds.
Birds are annoying. Sorry. So I just wanted to transition us into out of the Jeter talk and into the announcement talk. That would have led the way, but Jeter deserves top billing at all times. You probably saw the video we posted with Joe's and Keith and Jake and I. We got an office in the Bronx, 2 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. Guys, we did a little bit of this on Talkin' Baseball. Need to do a lot of it on Talkin' Yanks. Thank you so much for allowing Jake and I to do this shit. It's been incredible. And I'm going to say some stuff, and my goal is just because I soaked it in this moment, so I don't want people to be like I sound pompous or I'm just bragging. The doorman of our building was like, "Who are you guys?" Because he's a big Yankees fan, huge Yankees fan. I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Have you seen this video? Yeah, that we did that. Have you seen this video? We did that. He's like, oh, really? Really? And I was like, yeah. And he's just asking me, like, so what do you do? What are you doing? So I was like, well, check this out. Like, you'll probably find this cool. Showed him a picture of me and Cashman together. I was in Cashman when they signed Cole and Booney. Then I showed him that I was on the Michael K show, and he was like, jaw dropped, like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
When did you start doing this? And I said, 2 years ago. When full-time 2 years ago. He's like, what? And I kind of had the realization, and it's just incredible what you guys have allowed us to do. And thank you to everyone that listens and has left a review and all of that. And especially a bigger thank you to anyone that's been a patron in the last 2 years. You have no idea how much we leaned on you guys for a little bit and still do. So thank you very much. The office is cool. We got fully soundboarded up today. So I'm in a room that's soundboard right now. I have to open a window because they cranked the heat up to 80 degrees. So you might have heard some planes fly by. But yeah, we got it. It's kind of like an apartment. Our neighbors are the Ortizes. I met them today. It's a family. It's the residential neighbors. That'll be interesting. The super lives right below us, but it's how many rooms is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms, Jake.
Yeah.
So we got 2 studios. We got a little living room where we're going to put some recliners and watch games and stream games and maybe get into some gaming, some Twitch shit maybe. We have a little editing room, intern bay, a little kitchen area, tiny bathroom, kind of gross old bathroom. But it's cool. Jake will be here officially March 1st. Joe, Jake got an apartment. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yay.
I think so.
People that have never tried to get an apartment in New York have no idea how hard that is.
I will have 2 apartments soon, so that's exciting. That's good money spent. But yeah, the New York apartment thing is hey, I'm a big fan of try anything once in your life. If you're on your deathbed and you said you haven't tried to get a New York City apartment, I'll say that's fine. You did okay. But yeah, I got one. I think I'm Upper East Side, Carnegie Hill or something like that. Carnegie Chill. So that's exciting. I did have to lie about Noodle the Doodle Dog's weight. The building said 50 pounds. His vet record said 59. We edited all the 5s to be 4, so I think that's illegal.
Hopefully they don't listen to your show.
We actually we called the vet. My sweet Jessica, my girlfriend, called the vet, and she said, "Hey, can you change our dog's weight?" And they said, "No, because we're doctors for animals." That's the biggest problem there. But yeah, we got an apartment, so pretty much after spring training, gonna take my horse to the Old Town Road and get out of Denver. And yeah, I mean we have a real office. We'll have people in there. It's exciting stuff.
We got chairs. The chairs came today. 8 of them. Keith
Huge.
and Katie put them together. We're doing we're hiring some interns for the summer, paid summer interns. I think we have like 200 applicants already in like 4 days of asking, so that's fun. We will be doing that process. But yeah, come this season, we will be fully set up. We should have a real studio with 3 cameras, so we can switch the shots around. That'll be a little difficult for me to really purchase and set up and make sure we did it well. We will have like a second studio for YouTube stuff or for any of the other shows in Jomboy Media to go. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. It's going to be fun. We're right by Yankee Stadium. Hopefully we can do some live shows at bars, like pregame shows or live shows. We might be bringing a camera out in front of the stadium and doing some man-on-the-street videos every now and then. There's so many options. We just don't know what exactly we're going to end up doing, but there's so many options. As far as the rest of the offseason goes, Jake, I think the Yankees news is mostly going to be done. I think we're like, let's get to camp and do all that. And we have a bunch of shows coming up. We haven't done a voicemail episode in a while. So I think that next episode, let's do full voicemail episode. We're late on this. This was supposed to be dropped Tuesday morning. It's being recorded Tuesday night and will be out Tuesday night. But Friday's episode.
It's a holiday.
It was a holiday. Friday's episode, let's make it a straight up voicemail episode. So call in. Dude, what's our voicemail number? I used to have it memorized. I haven't said it in so long.
I think it's 1-800-451-7777 Nationwide Warehouse. No, that's something else.
Not it. 908-845-5792. And if you're a new Talkin' Yanks listener over the winter, I'll let you know what's in store and just remind everyone else who has been listening because they probably forgot, Jake. When pitchers and catchers start, when spring training starts, Talkin' Yanks, we will go 1 episode a day until opening day. And what we do is we do mini episodes called PPPs, player, profile, and projection, and we'll do 30 of those, 30 players, and 10 to 20 minutes, talk about them, their personality, their last season, their next season, what we think is going to happen, all of that. So that'll come, and we'll have Obviously, full episodes in between those will stay 2 times a week. Once the season hits, holy shit. Jake, once the season hits, there's pregame shows every day before the games that have their own podcast and will air live on YouTube so you can watch live. Then game coverage on Twitter and all that. And then we have 4 episodes a week of Talking Yanks. Series recap, 2 series recaps, 1 voicemail app, and 1 Sharp Stats with Katie Sharp. And the voicemail sometimes will be an interview app this year, since now we can do interviews since we have a studio right next to the office. I just figured we should let everyone know because we've been free form and off-season mode for so long. And then once the season starts, it's so structured. It's so much fun. Sound good to you?
Yeah, it sounds good, man. And we're gonna have a lot going on, baby. So it's exciting stuff. Within the Talkin' Yanks realm, if you want to leave the Talkin' Yanks realm and see some of the other stuff we're doing, we got a ton of that, and there's gonna be a ton more of that. And we don't even know some of the stuff we're gonna end up getting into, but it's all rooted from this, which is pretty nutty. So thanks, everyone. And I think the only other thing we need to say is that we're going to be doing a spring training game the 29th. We're working on getting the tickets up. They should be up tomorrow.
Yeah, an event. Come watch a game with us down in Tampa.
Yeah.
February 29th. That day only happens once every 4 years, so you might as well celebrate it. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Leap Year Day celebration, Steinbrenner Field, Tampa Bay, Florida. Come on out. Patrons will obviously get first crack at the tickets for a week or so, probably a week. Patrons get a week to buy tickets to this event down in spring training. It'll be food, drinks, hang out, all watch the game together, hang out, mingle, probably get roasted in the sun. And then once that's up for patrons early access, it'll be available to the public. So if you live down in Florida, if you plan on going to spring training, do that. Also, I'll just give this advice now. If you plan on going to spring training, go to the workout days before the season starts. They're so much more relaxed and fun and kind of just like what spring training is. The games are cool, but they're not as fun as the workout days, in my opinion. The workout days are cool. And then also, we want to try and do a live event in Tampa, but no promises there. We'll try to figure it out.
Yeah, I did a little market research on that today, Jim, but we'll see.
What'd you find?
A couple breweries, couple bars.
Wow.
Yeah. Reached out to Sam and Sarah for suggestions. Old friends.
Oh, wow.
Old friends are new friends, so.
Yeah. We have a wall getting knocked down in the office, but it's going to be done by next Monday. The place is going to be up and running next Monday.
Look at that. Death Star.
Yeah. Death Star. All right. Thank you guys very much. We have an interview with Marley Rivera.
We're not going to do that half hour on the Arenado trade?
I think it's more likely than it's ever been in my mind that the Yankees will trade for Arenado, but I was sitting at 0.0%.
Right.
It's similar to the Giancarlo Stanton, dude. If they want to move Arenado from the Rockies,
Sure.
right? He has a no trade clause. So he's in full control of where he goes. So he's not going to go to a bad team. He's going to go to a contender. Or where's he from? Maybe there's a hometown team he wants to go to.
Oh, he's a Californian.
So the Yankees would have to trade up a lot.
I think he went to El Toro High where Romine went.
Oh, really?
I
Wow.
think so.
So he's going to the Tigers, hang out with Romine.
Wow. Early report.
I'd be shocked if they get Arenado, but he is in full control. It's like the Stanton trade. And if they want to just shed money, maybe they trade Happ. There's some money involved. I'm kind of against trading Happ at this point. I've made that stance on here, right?
Yeah.
Someone's going to get hurt, then Gumby will be in the rotation, and Happ's the 5. I'm kind of fine with that. But who knows?
Who knows?
Do you have Arenado thoughts? You brought it up.
Not really. I think it's a step away from being real. All those reports the other night, it wasn't demanding a trade. It was, I'm not happy, which I think we're a step away from I'm really not happy. Which, again, I think the Larry Walker news will cool some things over and get that out of the cycle, which is really big for Colorado/Denver. They kind of needed that. But I don't know. I think it's from those press articles and everything that came out the other day, I think those can be, if they massage the grapes a little bit and Arenado shows up at spring training and he just says a line like, yeah, I just want this team to win and let's go. Like I think it can be buried pretty quickly. But we are close to Nolan Arenado on the move, which that's when it does get exciting, because you're right. I mean, it really is like limited options. You have to do contending teams with the ability to take that much money on, and I mean, you start crossing the T's and dotting your I's, and you're like, why am I writing letters down on this piece of paper right now?
Yeah. Handwriting's in vogue.
Is it?
No idea.
Okay, and this is Marley Rivera from
we sat down with Marley Rivera. I butted her up because I thought I think what she does is, her writing is great. I think what she did during the Home Run Derby, translating and interviewing on live time, was amazing. And we sat down with her at winter meetings. It was really fun. And this was our last winter meetings interview. So we're going to give it to you guys on the podcast app. They've all been up on YouTube forever because we're trying to get those YouTube subscribers up. So go subscribe. Leave a review. Leave a 5-star review and say, nice office.
Jeter.
Love a good office.
I like watching The Office.
There you go. We all agree with that. All right. There it is. Thank you guys very much. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.